Hello and welcome to Rosie's Kitchen, and I am going to make French onion soup. It's really easy, and I'll show you the stuff you need. 6 or 7 onions, yellow onions, vinegar, chicken bouillon to make your soup base, some butter, some thyme, and garlic. So let's get started. Now to cut these up, we got to peel them, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7 onions. That's a lot of onions, and we'll saute them in butter. But to cut them up, I'm going to use my chopper-upper thing, or whatever you call it, food processor. That's what I'm trying to think of. And I'll just cut them up in here after I skin them. While you're cutting up the onions, get 4 tablespoons of butter, put in a cast iron pan, and have that be melting. And a few tears later, the onions are peeled. The butter is melted. Now let's chop them up. Okay, those are chopped up. That's the way to do it. Get them all chopped up. That's going to be good. Okay, we got the butter going here, and what we're going to do is caramelize them. Boy, that made a lot of onions. And just let them kind of brown for about 12 minutes. Let's get a spoon here. Kind of get the butter in there. And use a cast iron pan so that because it's nice and thick. This is going to be so good. All right, we'll cover that with a lid. Kind of babysit it. Kind of watch for 10-15 minutes. Hey, while the onions are cooking, get 4 to 5 cups of bouillon. I just make my own. And then get the thyme ready and the garlic, and you can use fresh garlic too. 1/4 cup of vinegar, and then I have some sourdough bread, or you can do French bread, and some cheese that we'll put on the top that you will dip into that and broil it. But this is so good, so I'll just be getting this ready while those caramelize. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Now we're going to take another, kind of watch them close, check them about every 10 minutes or so. Another 50 minutes to caramelize. So cover them back up and just set the timer every 10 minutes, and we'll come back and check on them. Oh, and once these caramelize, then we will add the vinegar and 1 teaspoon of thyme and a fourth a teaspoon of garlic powder, or you can put in 2 cloves of garlic. Then have your bread ready, and this is a bowl that I'm going to put soup in it, and then put the bread in the soup and then top it with cheese. But we'll show you how to do that, and then we'll add the broth. So for now, we're just going to wait for those to caramelize. Okay, they're starting to brown. That's called caramelizing. Just kind of got to watch them close. We don't want them to burn. I almost waited too long. There we go. I'm going to scrape the sides and let them get cooked down here. Okay, let's cover them again. And check them in 5 minutes. Okay, checking them again. See how they're slowly cooking down here. I think I got about 20 minutes left. Just kind of keep an eye on them so they don't burn. Okay, those look good. Now let's put the vinegar in it for a couple of minutes. Let that kind of saute in there. We now put in a teaspoon of thyme. It's about time. And the garlic powder or garlic cloves. I just didn't have any garlic cloves, but I have the garlic powder. And put in some salt and pepper. Sprinkle in some salt. Just kind of taste, and some pepper. We'll taste that, and then we'll put the broth in. Just kind of get that all stirred in. See how that tastes. That tastes good. Yes. Put the broth in. 4 to 5 cups. Now we're going to let that sit for about 5 minutes. There we go. It looks so good. Cover that back up. Okay, now turn the oven off, turn the stove off and put your oven to broil. And we're going to butter the bread. We're going to toast this bread. This is sourdough bread, or you can use French bread. So let's get that buttered. Okay, we got it buttered. Now let's put it in the oven. Oh, I gotta bring the tray up higher. Okay. Let's toast those. You gotta watch them. You need some cheese, about a cup of cheese. Don't leave those in very long. Get them toasted, and then we'll turn them over. Okay, the bread looks done. So let's get that out. I'll just set it here. And put your tray back down. And you take, let's get that piece right there, and you put that in the bottom. Put some cheese on top. Then we're going to put that soup on there. Let's get the bread out of the way. Okay, put some soup on here. There you go. Just put that on there. Looks good. Now let's get another piece of bread. How about that piece right there? And put some more cheese on. And then we're going to put that back in the oven. And let that cheese melt. Okay, and you cook. Just let that kind of broil till kind of bubbly. Let's do that a little bit longer. And since it's just me, I'm going to put this soup away and put the bread away, and then I will eat my soup. Then I can have that later. It's nice and bubbly. That's the way to eat French onion soup. Now just let that cool a little bit, and then we will eat that up. It's got the bread kind of soaking in the onion there, and you just get yourself a bite of that. That is good. Well, I'm going to go eat my onion soup. So thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Remember, I do my DIYs every Friday at 2. Thank you, and see you next week, and goodbye.